Yo, what is up, everybody? It is I, Rage Cage 20 here, back with Powerwolf, Best of the Blessed album. I want to say this one's number 11. Don't remember. Let me look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 it is, and it is the fourth song on the Blessed and Possessed album that comes right after Army of the Night, which we listened to earlier in this album. We're here with Armata, Strigoi, as it is known in some circles. I don't remember how to pronounce the word. Something's going on with this bitch. Hello. There we go. Okay, now I can hear myself better. I might need to get a new microphone soon. This one's been providing years of good service. I just might have to replace it with a new one because something's going on with that though. Anyways, I looked up the word now. Armata obviously is like a large army or force, fighting force or something like that. Strig, however, I looked up and is some kind of it says some kind of Romanian folklore creature, says to be some kind of vampiric undead spirit. So, we drink your blood, stuff like that. Like, it's not outside of the realm of Powerwolf. So, an army of vampiric-like blood-sucking creatures. That just sounds like a fun song. There ain't nothing else to it, but that just sounds like a fun song. So let's not waste any more time. Let's bring it on down here. Powerwolf Armata Strigoi. How you pronounce that? I don't fucking know. But yeah, let's get some. How's the end of that? Okay. End. I'll just put that there. End. Oh man, these last two songs have been so very interesting. Trying to remember what the last. Oh yeah, Crossfire. They've been so very interesting because they've maintained that Powerwolf catchiness and sound and theme and everything like that. Like it's straight across the line, like very standard Powerwolf. But there's something about them. I don't know if it's the studio work on the song, or if it's the way they decided to write some of the instrumentation or perform the vocals. I do not know what it is, if I'm being completely honest with you, but there's something about it that's just like it feels like let's say songs like, you know, We Drink Your Blood, Army of the Night, maybe a little bit Sanctified with Dynamite. Yeah, as one as my Aiming and Attack and whatnot. Like those, some of those songs just have like really lives up not only to the name of Power Wolf but also power metal. Just has so much sound, intensity, aggression, just so much power in the sound. And so when you get hit with a bunch of those in an album, that's just like I don't really know how to express it musically without being aggressive and maybe a little over the top. That's just very da 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 da. You know, just has that just energy, that intensity, that blast sound, just power chords and beats, da 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 da. You know, just all that, and you get this, which is very da 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 da. You know, it's just very. It's still catchy. All the notes are awesome. The instrumentation is awesome. The solo is really cool. Attila slaying it on the vocals per usual, but it just feels like compared to the blasting, holy shit, there's so much power in this fucking song. Compared to that, it's just very like. It's very soft. It's very just like, it's chill and mellow. It's mellow metal. You know, it's just like, this is a cool song. This is neat. You know, it's just like, it just, when it doesn't have that crazy over the top power, it just feels like it's lacking so much, which is really weird. Which is crazy because the song, I mean, which is kind of nice, maybe a little palate cleanser, because the song right before this, Army of the Night, is just no chill. It's all go. It's all da 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 da. It's just so fucking crazy in your face. And this one is just like so chill and calm and tame in comparison. And so it's just like, it's like you get addicted to that in a way, you know. Like, you know, I'm sure it would get tiring. So it's really good to have the dynamicism throughout the songs. And whatnot, especially throughout an album, so it's not just all just like you listen to the end of the album, you're just exhausted, just like, holy shit, I need to listen to something like zen for a second because my brain's exploding. So it's nice to get a surge of different flavors, different intensity levels, different energy levels, and all that. But, you know, when you're not listening to an album back to back to back, and you come back to these occasionally every couple of weeks to a month, 2, maybe 3, you occasionally come back to them, and you're just like, oh yeah, I want another slapper, I want another banger, I want like, yes, the power, the chords, the energy, the awesome. And it's just like, we're here, we're having fun, this is a fun song, we're nice and chill. It's just like, okay, it's good, but this isn't Powerwolf. You know what I mean? It's just, it feels a little odd, but like, again, if you just put on the album and every fucking song was like that, it would get tiring fast. So it's good to have these. It's just when you're not listening to the album back to back to back to back, and you come back and you're hungering for that sound, that energy, that metal, and you don't get it. It's just like, that was still good, but like, where was the power, you know? So that's kind of what I'm hit with at the end of these two songs. It's just like, dude, catchiness, fucking 10. Singing, 10. Instruments, crushing it, 10. But like, where's the energy though, you know? It's kind of what I'm left with. But that was cool. That was really cool. The riff, the opening riff, I like how long it went on for. I like that we really got introduced to the instrumentation and let the music and the instruments like speak for itself before we got dove into the lyrics. I thought that was really cool, especially with all the images and everything flying across the screen and all that stuff. It's really cool to see the band, especially in their full makeup and everything. It's really cool. And then, you know, vocals come in, standard, awesome singing, great melody lines, riffs are awesome. Just like everything was just like very, very cool. A lot of stuff happened around 2.5 minutes in when we got to that breakdown, that solo section. It was a cool wolf howl, but I didn't know if that was just part of the official lyric video, or if that was actually in the song. I'm gonna assume it's actually in the song, which is really cool. Then a nice little solo. You had a chorus of voices come in there, very church-like, very round and open, just kind of underneath everything, just holding out neutral syllables. Really, really fucking cool. Some more different instruments came in. Definitely some keyboard work in there, as is pretty standard throughout Powerwolf songs. But I think there's an instrument too else that was in there. Very soft, cool background stuff was coming in. And the riff before that was also really awesome, and the riff after that, like, that moved back into the outro of the chorus, was really cool because it brought us back to the beginning riff and whatnot. It gave us a taste of that again before we went back to the chorus. Very cool. I also think I freaking heard a timpani in there at one point, like, and then maybe persisted a little bit after I heard it, so I don't know if it was before or not, but just like, a lot of cool stuff happened in the song. There's like nothing wrong with this song. It just leaves me wanting more of those crazy power chords and screaming vocals, screaming out crazy power vocals. But that being said, nothing bad about the song. Song good. Song definitely good. So let's go back to the beginning here. Fuck, I'm out of drink. Yeah. Okay. So really, the beginning here just has some nice, clear, heavy, solid downbeats, good chord changes and everything like that, and just the riff itself. I just kind of want to check out. Maybe we'll glance a little bit at the verse, but mainly want to focus on the chorus and the solo and whatnot. So let's check that out here. If I didn't already bring it back down, let's bring it back down. We're doing crazy, and let's see what happens. That riff, that melody line is so smooth. Dun 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 dun. Like, that is clean. That is a smooth, beautiful, very singable melodic line. Really cool. Like that opening riff there. And then you have those clear dun 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 downbeat chords there while that's going on over the top of it. It's just a great start to the song, and everything's just sounding really awesome and catchy right out the gate. Powerwolf staple. It is what it is. You know you're gonna get it if you listen to Powerwolf. Oh, and then it transposes up there to that higher register. Hell yeah. Da 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 da. I feel like I've heard that melody line somewhere from. Someone's saying 90s music to me. I don't know why, but I'm getting a feeling of that. Or maybe maybe it's more steeped in even more classical literature than that. I don't know, but it sounds very familiar melody line there. But it's so good and catchy. I love it. Now you got two guitars doing it. Nice little there. I like that. So first off, you have this nice galloping rhythm going from the drums. Really cool there. It creates good energy, creates good pulse to the sound and everything. Love that. And then you just have little chimes of those notes coming in from that melody line, kind of broken up and placed in different locations. That's what I want to say here. I like how separated it is, just very chimey. Dun 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 dun. Like really cool, really playful. Just everything about it catchy as all fuck, man. All this time you have the drums and the guitar with that dun 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 dun. Awesome galloping rhythm. Creates a lot of movement. So again, first off, you have that opening riff, which is awesome, and then the riff and the rhythm and everything changes to this faster paced one instead of those heavy downbeat chords. And the riff switches up. It's very reminiscent of the opening riff, but it changes up a little bit, so you have a freshness there, and then it continues to go even more. We've almost got a full minute before we've heard a single vocal again, letting the instruments speak for themselves, which is really awesome. These two changing riffs that are very catchy and very it's a great opening to this song. I really like the way they shook this up and did this. Dun 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 dun. I've heard that melody from somewhere before as well. My first thought went to some kind of symphonic metal stuff, but I'm not 100% positive. I think it's actually that might be, if I remember correctly. Hold on, I think that's the opening riff. Hold on, give me this here. Let's see. Start at 55. Hold on. Okay. And then stand up for God in the land of the fire. Yeah, it's different. It doesn't have all the same notes, and kind of will stay around the same note as other one now. You know, it has that kind of gruffness of Attila's voice, but that is the opening. That pretty much is the or slight alteration on the opening melody line that the guitar played, but now in the vocals for the verse. That's cool. That's clever. I like that. Bring on the madness you're born to destroy. Beyond the trail of the Tarian rider. And it does move. It transposes up, going through the line, and then comes back down on it, just like the guitar did. Armata, Strigoi. Before the morning can break, we retire. And then once he gets to the second part of this verse, you hear those dan 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 chords coming in there from at least the keyboard. Could be something else in there as well hitting that. Yeah, it's some chords not only from the keyboard but also the guitar, and they're kind of emphasizing those points in the song. Nice, like a slight shake up, just a little bit of an instrumental interjection there to kind of help make the first part of the verse different from the second part of the verse. Really good writing there, really clean writing there, great sound. And of course, it just has that good round open sound from Attila with some nice grit on it as well, just creating this very almost operatic tone, but like in a metal aggressive way. Very cool. Love that. Again, is all sounding awesome, but it all sounds so tame and calm in comparison, which is interesting. I'm not against it. It's just it's just it makes me feel like there's something brimming right below the surface, and we're so close to being there, but it's not quite there. So it makes me feel like, oh, I want more. I need more. But it sounds so cool. Let's check out this chorus. Let's see what happened in this chorus. Let's see if it's the some other kind of riff that we've gotten introduced to before or not. First off, I love the way I tried to figure this out while it was happening. I was like, whoa, it said that here. Is that the same that's over here? Because that didn't sound right. So we have God and sorrow, see no tomorrow. So sorrow, tomorrow rhymes. Avatar does not rhyme with sorrow and tomorrow. And it comes before those two. So Avataro is, I believe, what he says there. We are the stormbound, the Avataro. We are the sons of God and sorrow. Like, dog. That's interesting. That it works so well somehow, even though Avataro is not a word. But, like, it still sounds right. It sounds like he's just maybe saying it in a different accent. Avataro. You know, something more Hispanic, more sassy. Maybe even Romanian. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know accents that well. And makes it fit the rhyme scheme for Avatar, sorrow, tomorrow, and then the last two just don't follow it because it's the outro of the course, so you don't need to. That is fascinating. I love that change on the pronunciation of that word to fit the rhyme scheme. That's so fucking cool. Yeah, maybe like I keep thinking like Italian or like some kind of like, I don't know, maybe like Brazilian or Spain like accent to that. Like something that just has that rolling RO sound to it. Like it's so cool. Which Romanian might be just that, I don't know. But either way, it sounds like it's just an accent, which it could just be. But that accent makes it follow the OW rhyme scheme. I don't know why I'm freaking out so much about it, but it's just so cool. I love when that happens. It's so playful. It's so creative. It's so cool. So not only is that cool, but then you have this just pumping energy rhythm. It has this awesome driving rhythm to it. Great sound, great chords and strumming coming out for the guitars. Awesome drumming coming out that's just keeping that fucking metronome going, keeping the pulse and everything just pushing. I love it. And of course, the melody line in the vocals is so catchy. Da 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 da, something like that. Which again, I think is a play on the one of the two melodies that we've already heard, but just like embellished. We've already heard from the guitar line, but embellished and whatnot. Anyways, we're back. Roommate came home, which I knew was a possibility. However, sometimes the dog kind of is pretty quiet. This time the dog was screaming, so I had to pause. Anyways, yeah, that melody line. I want to hear that again. It's just so good. And again, I think it's reminiscent, either taken from and embellished on the opening, I want to say, guitar riff, or maybe the second one. It might be the second one after the opening guitar riff. That's kind of either directly taken from or like just embellished slightly or heavily off of, but kind of influenced by, which is really cool. Armata, Strigoi, we are the sons of the Avatar, we are the sons of God and sorrow, we are the ones who see the tomorrow. Saka, Armata, Strigoi. So obviously it says Armata Strigoi, which I was happy that it says Strigoi correctly. Probably not the right accent and pronunciation, but at least the right sound. I guess it would be pronunciation, right? Uh, but so at the end there, Armata de Strigoi, Armata of Strigois. Like, very cool. Um, but I love on the suck up. It just kind of like this little drop on some of the sound and whatnot. I think just chord, duh. I think is what happened there. Very cool shake up on the driving rhythm there at the end. You know, just duh, and then drum fill, some keyboard chords, da 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 da, and then it goes back into the riff. Very fucking cool. Also, I feel like I'd be doing a disservice here if I did not note how I just love on the ones who see No Tomorrow, that extra emphasis he puts in there, that higher note that he kind of jumps to a little bit, da 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 da. Like that's a really nice touch there as well vocally. Just adds even more excitement to this really catchy melody riff. Very cool. I love that. I mean, again, this is all good shit. It's catchy. The riffs and rhythms and everything the instruments are doing is amazing. It's awesome. It's just everything about it is just really, it's just classic, staple, catchy Powerwolf stuff here. Love it. The lyrics are pretty standard, what you would expect from Powerwolf. The one that I like the most, because obviously Strigoi, I guess, is supposed to be vampiric in nature, and vampires are not supposed to, lore wise can't be in the sun. So I like that the searing heat of the sun we avoid. I think that's like the lyric that pops out the most to me. And obviously the one after that, the proud Wallachian fighters, I did look up that part in the genius notes and whatnot, and I guess it was a an army or a fighting force of some kind. Let me put it here. It was during his numerous campaigns against the Ottoman Empire's advances in the region, his army was. This is Vlad Dracula. Vlad the Impaler. Got it. Romania, right? That makes sense. Vlad the Impaler against the Ottoman Empire. He was often greatly outnumbered, so he resorted to guerrilla warfare tactics. The Wallachian army often orchestrated swift attacks against the more isolated camp of the Ottoman army during the night. That part is, yeah. So, proud Wallachian fighters, because they can't be out in the daylight, because the searing heat they avoid, so they attack like guerrilla warfare in the night and take their victims away to suck their blood. Like, those lyrics stand out the most to me. Those are like some badass stuff. There's some nice gems like that hidden spread throughout these lyrics and whatnot, but those ones, like, out of everything, like, really stand out to me. I really enjoy those. Let's move closer to the solo. Let's jump around to 24 at the end of the second chorus here, and let's hear everything that happened throughout here to the end. So we have that dun 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 dun. Very nice, very nice. Bringing everything down, very simple, just drums and that guitaring going on there. Could be some bass in there. Wasn't paying attention, but I like that. And then you hear that wolf call out, like they're about to attack or something like that. You would hear that in the middle of the night, like at maybe a campsite or something. You just hear that howl, and that's when everyone's looking around, just like, what was that? Is this some kind of wolf? And then all of a sudden, that's when the ambush and the bloody carnage begins. Very cool imagery there, just from that one wolf howl. But again, so we're talking about Strigoi here, which is supposed to be vampiric in nature. Now, does it say? Let me read this here. Yeah, vampiric undead spirits. It doesn't necessarily say vampires. Now, I still remember someone was saying that there's the theme of these people, Attila and all of them, and this band, are supposed to be like werewolves, but they also said they're vampires. Which I argue that like I don't think anything like even like We Drink Your Blood, Strigoi, anything like that. I don't think necessarily just straight up says they're vampires. I would say they're vampiric werewolves, but I don't want to go to say they're vampire werewolves because, as I mentioned before, lore historically is those two factions fucking hate each other. So I don't think they would be both, and I don't even know if one human body transformed by lycanthropy and vampirism, I don't think they'd be able to survive both transitions. I'm sure there'd be some kind of weird thing right there. And there's a lot of creatures that sustain on blood. I'm sure werewolves would be similar to that. So I think they're vampiric werewolves, but they're not necessarily vampire werewolves. Is my lore, at least, on this band. I could be completely wrong, but that's the way I like to think of it. So I just think that wolf howl out there just kind of brings it back to these are wolves. Even though they're singing about vampiric armies, they're werewolves, not necessarily vampire werewolf army. You know, that's just my opinion. But anyways, I just thought that was really cool about that part. But I also like this break, everything breaking down to that simple strumming riff there. Armata, Strigoi. Yeah, didn't I? Was I gonna say this somewhere here? I think I was gonna say this somewhere in the beginning. Yeah, just everything about this just kind of has this, like this foreign feel to the sound. I think I kind of caught it a little bit at the beginning as well when I was listening to it, but I didn't write it down. I got right at the start. I just feel like there's some kind of other influence of writing here musically. It gives me kind of like a very European feel, but also could have some kind of maybe slight Russian influence as well, kind of like that Eastern European kind of feel to it. Like everything about it just kind of gives me that vibes, and I'm sure that's intentional. And I really like the sounds and everything that's happening with this music, or these riffs and everything, and just the vibe I'm totally getting from this song is really cool. I also love that downbeat that's in there. I can't tell if that's the bass guitar or just a chord from the electric guitar. But you know, you just have that dun 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 dun. You know, you just have the just strumming away, and the melody line, there'll be a heavy kind of downbeat in there every now and then. That happens when the chord that's just drumming away switches to a different chord, and it happens at a point that emphasizes what the guitar melody line is doing there. Listen to that. I love that dun 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 dun. Just dun 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 dun. They just have a heavy emphasis on the downbeat when the chord changes to a different chord that's being strummed. That's really cool. And after we go through the whole melodic phrase of the solo and it repeats, more stuff gets added in here. Really cool. Hearing some things. So obviously that chorus of voices that I was talking about kind of comes in with the little kind of stuff going in there, creeping in the bottom, like kind of sounds like it's coming from the bottom right a little bit, rising up that way. So obviously you have the keyboard coming in there with that chiming dong dong stuff going on there. And I think it starts echoing parts of the guitar line, like dong 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 da 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 da. So I think that's really cool. But it also sounds like there's now two guitars soloing that line there. I think one is harmonizing with the other. So I think you have three lines covering that rising da na 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 riff, that line there, that melody line. While also you have these creeping in, these vocals coming in, these chorus like held vocals. That's fascinating. And then we move on more towards some more just more shred and solo stuff instead of that beautiful melody line. And dig it, dig it, dig it, dig it, dig it, dig it, dig it. Like, okay, now we're getting somewhere, and all the drums and other instruments kind of kick up to some more metal sounds. That's a really cool triple rhythm there. Dig it, 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 dig it. It's interesting, and like sometimes when it changes to higher tones and stuff, it feels like rhythmically it's not fitting the meter, but like it works when it comes back down and it gets to like the next meter. It finishes off metered out correctly. It's very wonky rhythm wise, but like it fits perfectly. It has this really cool sound that for a few seconds there feels like it's out of place, but then comes back into perfect time. That's really cool. There it goes. Yeah. There's a little bit of wonkiness there for like 2 or 3 beats. And now it's playing off of that melody line it started with, but now it's going in a different direction with it, putting in some new notes, having some different ways it's going instead of following the same line, and it's just breaking off from all the crazy digga 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 digga, and then it just breaks back into instead of a more rhythmic line into a more melodic line again. It's going back and forth. This is really creative. This is really it's awesome. It's shredding. It's good stuff right here. Some action right there. Right there. So when the solo's over, we can bring it back down to the some nice, just soft strumming stuff there. Some nice gritty metal strumming there, but very quiet. And then you hear that dong dong. That's either some kind of thick, open bass drum or timpani. Very interesting. Now we're back to the second melody riff here. I love that dun dun dun, that little chime there, that dun 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 dun, that small little triple run there. And it just like melds back into the chorus. Like it just like seamlessly melds back into the chorus. That's very fascinating. Now I understand why that ending was just so like, oh, it's over. It's so abrupt. Because after that crazy awesome solo, very extended, very lengthy, awesome solo that goes different places back and forth, and then after that it just kind of brings it down. There's an interesting strum, which then brings back in that motif, that second riff, and then it just like seamlessly like melds back into the chorus as if we were like at the chorus the whole time. Like we were just at the chorus, just the vocals hadn't come in yet. Which is awesome. That cool seamless meld into the chorus, which happens only once, and then it's over. No ending. Da 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 da. Like nothing that says we're at the end. It just stops. Like, you know, a long chord and whatnot, which kind of it symbolizes the end. But it's just like it goes through once. You expect it to maybe repeat again or anything, but it's just done. It just stops, just out of nowhere. Oh, let me get back into that meld there. Yeah, there's no hell chord. Just dun 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 dun. It's just done. It just ends abruptly and instantly, and like I'm very confused at what happened there. But that's really cool. Again, that's different. That's unique. As a very interesting end there. Well, you expect to hear the chorus again because it's a decently short chorus, so you expect to hear it again, just to kind of have a finalization of like, yeah, this is the end. This is clearly the end of the song, but it doesn't. It just goes once and then just instantly stops. That is cool. That is fucking cool. Great song. A really good song, really catchy, standard Powerwolf awesomeness. Very, a little mellow and tame. Definitely mellow and tame and whatnot. But you know what? I'll take it. I will take it. Sound fucking good. What we got next? Who's the last band in the two-piecer before we switch stuff up? Well, if you haven't expected this yet, then I would guess you don't know my rotation. But it will in fact be Nightwish. We are finishing out 2 more songs from the Human Nature album. I don't know how many we have to go. So let me pop that. A little bit up. Should just be a little bit up. No, there we go. After those 2, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 more from the human side of the album, and then 8 more from nature. So we're almost done with half of the Human Nature album. Well, at least the vocal part. Then the rest, I believe, is instrumental works. So we're technically almost done with the album, and then we got the part 2 of the album to get through. So we're close with that as well. Can't lie, not super excited to get back to Nightwish. Is probably why I put it at the end of the list after my experience with Shoemaker. But it made me realize something. Like, because first 2, music and noise, I wasn't having any toxicity from the Nightwish bands, and I was just like, man, maybe they've learned their lesson or something. Maybe that long talk I had at the beginning, they were just like, okay, we get it. But no, it's live. Live is where the real demons, the real toxic, vile motherfuckers of Nightwish come out. Because Shoemaker is a fucking nightmare, man. Like a bunch of people saying a bunch of stupid ass shit. And I was just like, yeah, this was the toxicity I was talking about. Yeah, okay. So we should be good for the rest of the album. Hopefully, because we're not doing any more live, and I probably will never do any more live for Nightwish, because fuck you pieces of shit. You can't play nice, so I'm not giving it to you. Not that I'm sure that you even give a fuck about, but, you know, it's whatever. So, yeah. Yeah. Maybe if I do any Nightwish live, I'll just turn the comments off, because fuck them. But yes, Harvest and Pan will be the next 2 Nightwish songs we do, interrupted by Thriller by Jonathan Young, which he'd made a whole video of and everything, which would be very interesting, like a whole full-on Michael Jackson inspired and um, um, an ode to Michael Jackson's music video. He made his own version of. So very excited to see that. And then after that, we're changing things up just slightly again. We will get to those double parts, but because it has been so hard for me to keep on track, which I'm doing a little bit better. Push buttons. Doing a little bit better now. We after today, we only have 2 more to do before we can move on to the other stuff. Or before we move on to the other stuff, I should say. But we only have 10 days before the In This Moment album drops. So instead of doing the stuff in the middle before going to the new In This Moment stuff, we're going to postpone that. We're going to move that till after the album. And we're not going to finish out the Forever album, or not Forever, that was the name of the song. It's a really good song, though. I really like the song. The Dream album, we're going to postpone that as well. And we're just going to listen to all the In This Moment stuff that we haven't gotten to, which includes all the 1983s, the horror, Adrenalized, Blood, all that good stuff, as well as here we go. So let's check out the Purge, the official music video they released 2 months ago, God Mode, and Army of Me, which have all come out. I want to check all that out before God Mode drops in 10/27. Now again, I don't know what that's gonna entail. I don't know if all the songs are just gonna release that day, or if it's like, no, you gotta buy the album and then like a month later they'll start releasing stuff slowly. I don't know how it's gonna work, but just in case everything drops on the 27th, I want to be all caught up with what they did leading up to that album. So we gotta do that instead, and then I'll figure out where we're gonna go from there, depending on what happens by the 27th. So hopefully I can finish those 8 songs in 10 days. Should be very possible. I just gotta keep myself on it by doing at least 2 or 3 videos a day. Good luck to me. But hopefully tomorrow we can finish out the rest of the Nightwish and Jonathan Young Thrill and all that stuff. We'll take care of the first part of Nightwish today, and should be by the 18th, with 9 days, should be starting all our catch up on In This Moment and be ready to go. Maybe 4 or 3 days before the album drops, we should be all caught up and ready to go for it. So we'll figure out what we're going to do after that. So thank you for joining me. I will see you all next time. Oh, and Powerwolf, of course. Thank you for the music. Appreciate you.